Hello, welcome back to my Let's Play of the Custom Hold by Insoluble. She'll carry a really big sword. Last time I finished off the brain level here, and now we're going to move on. Greetings, critic. Oh, hey there, negotiator. How are things going on the critiquing front? Okay, I suppose. We're in the middle of a Mr. Twiddle's run. How about you? Terrific. We just had a major negotiation over the phrasing of paragraph 3 in subsection D in part 7 of the 5th chapter in the proposal for changing the rules for use, well, I don't even know. Wait, didn't that whole proposal get scrapped months ago? Yep, but we have to finalise the wording before we scuttle the project. 84, can I ask you something? Do you ever feel like you want to do something more meaningful with your life? Nope. See you later then. Later. Okay, that's definitely going on the list. I'm not going to do something stupid like delving, stalwarting, becoming a giant brain, or negotiating. So how... Wait a minute, where's 859? She didn't come back yet? No, I thought she was with you. I took the long way back. She should have been here by now. You don't think she would have gone after Mr. Twiddles by herself, do you? Knowing her, it wouldn't surprise me. Come on, we have to go after her. There's no way she'll manage him alone. Go? Go where? We looked all over for him. Did you check his top super secret lava layer? You didn't, did you? Okay, so I forgot Mr. Twizzles has a top super secret lava layer. Come on, let's go. Oh, hello again. What now? Turns out I was wrong about not having any extra really big swords. Someone left a whole bunch of these weapon tokens lying around. Here, take this one, and have a pickaxe too. Whatever. Okay. Cool, so I've got a pickaxe and access to really big swords, apparently. And this is indeed a top super secret lava layer. Can confirm. So what's going on here? Right. So the old classic oscillating construct that we saw last episode as well. Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to need something like this. Okay. Not quite. So the reason this works is that the way constructs move means that they basically just carry on trying to get closer to the decoy. That's how I think of it anyway. A roach will get to like here and then be like, nope, can't move anymore. But the decoy, I think, acts as both a target for the construct and as an obstacle. And so, in order to get closer to this square, the construct goes, well, I can't step onto this square, so I will do the next best thing, which is step here. I think the same thing would happen if it was B throw on an arrow. So I think that's the kind of rationale behind it if you wanted to look at it in a kind of real world situation, which involves the player. And then it gets to here and then realizes, oh, it can't step on here either. And then preferences means it steps back on this plate, I think is what happens. I mean, the exact reason doesn't necessarily matter, but it's just useful to know that you can do stuff like this. Okay. And now we need to set up a similar thing with a roach queen. I might... yeah, so I think if I put this decoy here, and then this decoy here, and can get the roach queen on these plates in the middle, then the roach queen will start oscillating again. And this happens because... This happens because... basically, the queen... If the queen's here, then this decoy is closer to her. So she's like, oh, well, I'll step exactly in the opposite direction in order to get away from it. And then she reaches this square, and then this decoy is closer, so she's like, oh, okay, well, I'll step in the exact opposite direction there, and so on and so forth. It just carries on forever. So I think... yeah. The one thing is making sure that I don't step inside. I don't step too close to the roach queen. But no. That's set up just right so that we can actually, excuse me. We can actually go through this passageway without the roach queen running off. And then clear the room. Cool. Pretty, again, like not too difficult in terms of conceptually. And also the setup is pretty straightforward for both of these. You know, with something like a construct, you can set up a similar thing with an on-click, I believe. But obviously with something like a construct, you can kill it and then it will wake up when you're outside of its kind of zone. Whereas with the on-click, you'd have to fiddle around a little bit more in order to get the on-click to ignore the player and just focus on the decoy. And then a sort of similar thing with the roach queen here. Okay. Same mechanism as the last room. Looks like we're going to need the roach queen to go in a loop because of these ortho squares. And we have 4 decoys available to us to get this done. They are all facing the same direction, so that might be an issue. But yeah, let's just think about this. Maybe I don't want them that close to the chamber. Maybe I want them like this, and have them on kind of all 4 corners of the box, if you like. Yep, those 2 in the right place, and then that one goes there. The final decoy. Goes there. Now you'll notice that I'm not super planning this out really, kind of. Really in depth beforehand. But you can, sometimes with rooms like this where you need to set up a pattern, you can just kind of use your intuition to get this done. This time, this hasn't worked. Excuse me. Right, yeah, this is because of vertical preference. So what happens here is that the queen gets into this corner and then wants to run away from this decoy. It ideally wants to step southwest, like we saw in this room, but unfortunately because of the ortho square, it can't. So it steps south instead. Then the same thing happens here. It wants to step northwest, but can't, and so slides north instead. And that's why we get an oscillation of just this singular plate. So it's not quite the setup we need. What we need is, is something. That kind of tells me that I need each of the decoys to be not diagonally away from the queen, but on orthogonally away, so that the queen makes an orthogonal, like the opposite direction. If I just, so say if the queen is on this square here, the opposite direction from this decoy isn't diagonal, and so it has to slide. It's orthogonal, and so it knows it steps here, and then it's most attracted to, say, this decoy, and so steps north, and so on and so forth. I think that is, I think that's actually the kind of setup we want. Although it's going to be slightly annoying to set up, maybe. No, actually, I don't think so. Hang on. Let's put that there, that decoy there. That bottom decoy there, and then we want the final decoy to be in this spot, I think. This spot. Fortunately, we do also have the pickaxe, so that if the queen does run off, we should be able to just push her into the, into where we want her to be. So, like that, yeah. So again, the reason why this works is, queen is on this plate. This decoy is closest. Yep, this decoy is closest. And so queen steps east. Then this decoy is closest, so queen steps south, and so on and so forth. Now, Insoluble could have made, I'm not sure if we will see something like this, but you can make much more complex versions of this where the setup is much more difficult, where I think you need to consider the movement order of the decoys and stuff. Because monsters are attracted to the last moving kind of thing. So decoys, obviously, they don't move, but they do still have a movement order. So this decoy moves last in the turn. So for example, its stabs are processed last, I think. And monsters, if a monster was equidistant from this decoy as this decoy, then it would be attracted to this decoy, I think. Okay. Due to increased supply induced by a recent rival startup. Huh. Excess decoy potions have been deposited in this location. Please leave any used potions where you found them. Huh. Is this something... Is this the... where Themsel Took got inspiration for his very recently released hold? I don't know. Nice, okay. So it looks like, well, we've got 6 decoys, and from this scroll, That kind of implies that we don't need all 6. So what's going on here? Well, we need the decoys to be set up in such a way that if I step on yeah, we need these decoys to be set up in such a way that the Roach Queen is kind of attracted to, or is closest to one, moves up and away, and then becomes closest to the other, and so on and so forth, all the way up. Now, we've got 7. Yeah, we've only got 6 decoys, so I'm not sure, and we are going to have to start one of those decoys on this plate at the bottom. But we can kind of experiment, I suppose. We can say, we can start off. That clearly doesn't work. So we can start off by doing something like this, and then we can just kind of build it up, I think. We have managed to move the decoy up 3 squares, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are kind of 11 tiles available to us. So I think what we need to be able to do is get the maximum range out. Is we want to set these 2 decoys up, for example, in such a way that this decoy is still closer to the queen once the queen gets to this tile as this decoy is. This decoy is still closer than this decoy is, and so the queen tries to run away from this decoy, and then tries to run away from this decoy and steps there, and then we can have the second decoy to be infecting things. So I think I want something more like, and maybe here movement order will come into play. Yeah, so you can see we've... sorry about that. You can see we've created a bunch of extra distance for ourselves. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yeah, and now the queen has been pushed 2 tiles further north than we had it last time. Last time I only got to here, and now it's here, as you can see. So now we just need a... I think we just need to kind of repeat this pattern going all the way up. So we need another decoy to be... here, I think. So let's just try that. So if we put a decoy there, and then a decoy... let's just make sure, yeah, decoy there, and then a decoy there, and a decoy here. Right, yeah, this one doesn't quite work. Obviously, we need to prevent the... We need to prevent this decoy from being too close to this tile. Otherwise, this Roach Queen is never going to be pushed. Pushed to here. So... So how are we going to manage that? I suppose we could... We could have this one tile further east, but there are other associated problems with that. Like, if I put that there, then... yeah, then... Actually, that's actually not too bad. We're very nearly in like a really good position there. Actually, this really is actually fine because we've only used 3 decoys, and we've got over halfway up the kind of I'm not sure, whatever you'd call this, up this kind of slide. And so if we had a decoy on this row, then we can push the Roach Queen up to this tile. And then I think if we had a decoy on this row, then we would actually be able to push the decoy all the way up onto this square. So, oh, sorry, push the Roach Queen all the way up onto this square. So we have a decoy in this row, which will then push this queen here. Then this decoy will push the queen here. Then this decoy will push the queen here. And so we just need a decoy on this row to push the queen back here. This decoy pushes here. This decoy pushes here. And then this decoy pushes up here. And I think that should be enough. So if I just kind of make a little mental note of where the decoys are and where I need them to be. So I think here. So I think we want a decoy there, a decoy here, a decoy there, and then right, same problem as when we tried this before. So if I move this decoy one square out, this might still not quite work. Yeah, so I actually need, yeah, the problem here now is that I can't move this decoy any further away from the queen and still have the queen attracted to it. So how am I gonna... Also, does movement order matter here? I don't know. Doesn't appear to. And in fact, yeah, so let's put our first two decoys in place, and I'm pretty sure these are the correct places. So this pushes the queen to here. What we want is that maybe we could actually move this decoy further in. Could we do that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if that would work. If I put a decoy here, then I think that would actually be too close. Yeah. This is too close because at this point, the queen still considers this decoy to be closer to it than this decoy. Well, what if I put the decoy in the right place? Still doesn't work. So I think this decoy needs to be in this spot, I think. And as a result, this decoy needs to be in this spot. But wait, what if I... Yeah, and I have to put this decoy on the plate like here. Because if I put it too far sort of west, sorry, if I put it like in line, then obviously it will move here and then won't do anything, it will die. What if I actually mirrored these though? What if I... Oh, would that make any difference? I'm not sure. What if I put the... If I put the decoy there... yeah, I actually think this is worse because that would mean that this decoy would have to start a tile lower down on the other side in order to be pushed away from... In order for the queen to be pushed northwest. So, I think these two decoys are definitely in their right spots. The question is, where does the third decoy go? Does it go... Like there, maybe? What? No, it can't go there because then this queen tries to move east. So I do think it needs to be on this row anyway. But as we've seen, like that doesn't help. Once it's there, that's, you know, that's no good to us, because the queen then reaches this spot, and this decoy is closer, and then is like, okay, well, I'll move that way, and then this decoy is closer, and so on and so forth. Maybe these first few decoys are wrong then. Like, but it works very well, so, and we can actually get the queen all the way up into this, all the way up to this tile. So, like, it would, oh, what if I actually waited to place this decoy until the queen got to this point? Like, I don't need to place these decoys beforehand. No, I can actually place them while, like, mid-room. And so that pushes the decoy then, the queen, all the way up to here. And then, presumably, I can do that, and then we just, yeah, and then we just use the final decoy to, oh. Do that. Yeah, so I did it with 6 decoys. This scroll implied that I could do it with less than 6 though, so so maybe it's possible to do it with less than 6, but the only inefficiency I see is like this last one maybe is not required, like, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure this decoy has to be in this row, and then as a result, this decoy has to be in this row. So, is that true? Yeah, I mean, regardless, I did get that room done, so I'll be happy with that. There aren't any official challenges in this hold, so I'll just see if I feel like doing something, then I'll do it. If not, then may as well just leave it. So what's going on here? What? I need to do what? Okay. I actually am very confused with what I need to do here. It just looks like, I mean, why can't I just... Oh, okay. Well, I need the decoys to be like this, basically. except with this decoy to be... Basically, one decoy needs to be on each plate. Well, why can't I just do this then? Oh, yeah, I do need it to be that way around because... yeah, so I need the first decoy to be... Well, the decoy facing northwest to be on this plate, and the decoy facing southeast to be on this plate. And the reason being is that once I step on this plate, my only path out the room will be through here, and I need... Well, yeah, but why can't I just kill the decoys? Like, I can do this, right? No. Right. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I do need to set up a situation such that the decoys have the pickaxes on top of each other and they're both standing on these two pressure plates. So I think the way to do that is going to be interesting. I think... Does the decoy get stuck if an omplic is looking at it? I don't know. Like, maybe? I feel like that is a pretty interesting... No. Decoy doesn't get stuck. But I can't tell if that's just because the on-click... No, that's... The decoy doesn't get stuck. So how am I going to... How am I going to do this? I mean, without the on-click... Yeah, if I go like that, then obviously... Decoy number 1... but if I have the on-click here, then that would be fine, right? If I had the on-click in this spot, then this decoy would have nowhere to go once I push decoy number 1, or, you know, this decoy onto the plate here. So, maybe that's the solution? Yeah. I mean, it looks like there's a number of ways to do this. Because I can push it from any of these directions, like up like that, or diagonally, or to the left. But I think that's what I need. I think I need to use the on-click as my portable wall. Which is going to be easier said than done, I feel like. If the on-click was facing actually this way, though. Stay facing north. Yeah, I'm nearly there. That's actually very close. What if the decoy was like that? Then I'd just be able to push it west. Would that work? Oh no, because I'd need the on-click to be here instead. In this spot. Okay. What if I did that? Yeah. Okay. I think that is actually it. That's all that I need, right? Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, not too difficult. I think once I figured out kind of what the room is asking me to do, then the possibility space is pretty small. And there are kind of in terms of difficulty, there are a few things you can do to increase difficulty in a room. You can make it harder to do. That's execution difficulty. Make the solution harder to kind of pull off is what I mean by that. And that's execution difficulty. You can make the concepts more difficult, So, like, for example, if you have to know that you have to do a certain thing, so like the concept here of having to, you know, this decoy won't push this decoy if this decoy is blocked, then that's an example of a concept, and if the player doesn't know that concept, then they probably aren't going to be able to get the room. But you could make your possibility space much bigger, i.e. make it so that this is the final kind of setup you need, but how you get to that point is unclear. So for example, you could have this on-click being used in some other widget in a room, which seemingly would use up that on-click, and so there would be no way to create a wall with these decoys, for example. And so by increasing, and this room doesn't really, that's just one way you can increase the complexity of this room. But for example, in rooms which you have to set up more generally, kind of by yourself beforehand. So like the brained rooms in the previous level, the hardest room on the level was probably the one with the trapdoors, and that's because I think there was more possibility space. Like, I had a bigger area to work with, and so there were more things I could try, and so, or that I had more space to try them anyway, which kind of made things a little bit more difficult. Whereas in the other rooms, like, you only had 3 wide walls, so it's not like you could do anything particularly fancy with those walls, and so it implies that you therefore must do something with the other elements you had at your disposal, if that makes sense. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, well, looks like I need the mirror on the top. On the top section here. Like so. And then the briar on the bottom section without trapping me in, of course. So briars don't grow across diagonals, I don't think. I can also... That's a good point, actually. I can also, like, cut... I can also cut the briar with the pickaxe, but I don't know if that actually does anything useful for me, so... What? So I need the mirror not to be destroyed? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, I actually don't really know what's going on in this room. I need to preserve the mirror. Oh, I can just put the mirror... there. Not quite, because I still need the briars to be pressing this plate. I don't think there's a way for me to get out the mirror once it like goes on this tile though. So once this once this pressure plate, if I put the mirror on this pressure plate, then I'm not getting the mirror back. That means I need to do something completely different from what I'm trying. Maybe something. More like this. Without dying. How am I going to manage that? Am I going to manage it without dying? Yeah. Is that gonna work? No. Huh. This is, this is interesting. I feel like maybe I have to, like, do it all in one pass. Just because that limits the amount of, like... limits the amount of, trapdoors I drop in total. And I need plenty of space in order to remove the mirror. And be able to, you know, kill all the briars. Maybe I'm overcomplicating things though. What if I just created like a little thing like that and just put the mirror inside? Yeah, I mean that. And then I do actually need to protect myself though, so what if I okay, I mean, actually, no, this is fine. If I wait on this square, then it doesn't matter if this briar grows here, because I can just do that. And then block out the briar by stepping on this trapdoor, because obviously briars can't cross diagonals. And now I think this is fine. I might have needed to give myself access to the mirror in a different way, but actually no. It looks like this is perfect. Okay. Thanks go to Disoriented for the idea behind this room. Yeah, okay. That was a tough one, actually. But hopefully you kind of see where I was coming from with the solution. Basically creating a box for the mirror. And the thing is that when a mirror's on trapdoors, you can create a box which you still have access to. Because obviously, that's a very well-known mechanic behind briars. They can't grow diagonally when they're next to a pit. So if you can create some diagonals around the mirror, then you can essentially keep the mirror safe. It's a similar. It's basically the same as how you would prevent an adder from eating like a brain or something, or maybe an evil eye, kind of indefinitely while you had to move around the room. If you put an evil eye inside a box like this, then the player would still be able to get at it, but the adders would not. I think maybe I'll do this one more room and then we can finish up for today. So what's going on here? I need all 4 kegs, or rather all 3 kegs on a pressure plate plus the construct. Okay, well, I mean, what's so difficult about this? I can move the kegs across myself. I don't need the construct to do that. So I can do that. I do need the construct to move the last keg, I think. But again, like, that's not too difficult. I can just have that happen. And then can't I just do a similar thing there? Like, if I can, no. This side I had the construct move first. I think on, or sorry, the construct come in last. I think on this side maybe I want the construct to move first, or to be across first. So I think if I, did something like this. That, okay. Maybe not then. I thought maybe if I could push the construct over here, then that would give me a solution, but maybe it's just me who needs to be standing there. Yeah, I mean, I'm presuming, yeah, I can't make the construct then go and step on any of these. But I think, yeah. So the order in which constructs move mean that, and like when, obviously, pressure plates, oh. How am I gonna move this keg? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the order that, well, basically, because pressure plates happen after, oh, sorry, fire traps pop up after after monster movement. That's why the construct doesn't die on the fire traps. Hang on. What if I did like that? Yeah, I just need to be able to move both of these. I need to be able to move these, both of these kegs off the spots that they're in. And I don't know how I'm going to manage that, actually. Um, Yeah, I was thinking, is there some way for me to get, like, this keg onto this space while I'm still standing on this tile? Because then I think there might be. Oh, okay. What if I push... What if I get one across like that? Yeah, and then I can... Nearly. I'm thinking... What if I can get the construct to push one of the kegs up onto this spot? Which would allow me then to push it off. But at the same time, that doesn't really help me because, like, I can still only push off one keg, like, when I step onto the arrow. So it doesn't much matter if the keg is here, 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 or here. It can be in any of those 4 spaces, and I can still only push it off, like push one keg off at a time. And then... Yeah, I mean... Is there a way I can, like, push 2 kegs at once? I don't think so, actually. Yeah, I mean, I can do that. Does that help me? Yeah, there are a couple of ways I can manage that, actually. I mean, that doesn't really help me because it's exactly the same as just doing this. In which case, like, I may as well have just... did I just solve it? Yeah, I think I just solved it. Okay. Thinking about the pushing multiple kegs at once was the solution, though. So if I just set it up now, how I will want to. There we go. That allowed me to push 2 kegs at once and solve the room. Okay, yeah. Not too tough. I think it did take me a little while to kind of see what I needed. Thinking about, like, what my restraints are, or what my constraints are here, really helped me solve the room, because I was thinking I need to be able to basically move... I need to be able to move 2 kegs at once, basically. And once I thought, okay, I need to be able to move 2 kegs at once, how am I going to manage that? Tried a couple of different formations and realized that the one I wanted was the diagonal step northwest, and because we have the extra tile north here, we can manage that. And then being able to use the construct to push the keg to that northern spot. allowed us to be able to get the kegs in the positions that we needed them to be in order to make that double push of the kegs. So yeah, cool room. Yeah, that was a fun one. In fact, all of these rooms have been really nice today. Five rooms done. I think there may be, let's say, 10 rooms on this level, so I'm only about halfway through this level. But yeah, these are some very cool puzzles.